Hey everyone, Newt12 here. Thank you guys for watching. This may be the last video. Or it might not be. It could just fuck me over, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the final. Though I said that about a lot of stuff, and I've been wrong before, I'll probably be wrong again. Hopefully it's the final, though. I've enjoyed it so far. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind. Clover looked down at her hand and traced it with her finger the faint blue veins that crisscrossed it. Seven shoved his arm into the front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive. Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the 2 9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. It read engaged. He moved to the smaller door. That one's vacant. And the red vacant.
God.
The digital root of the remaining people was 7. That equals 7. There was no possible way for them to open the door with 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door.
June.
He thought about June, about Akane Kurashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, if she had escaped this horrible boat. That was what Junpei prayed for. 7 came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head, and sighed.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
Fucking get wasted. 7 opened his mouth to respond when a noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. It wasn't mechanical, it was entirely human. Junpei and 7 looked at one another.
What the hell is that?
Shh, quiet!
Clover motioned to 7 to be quiet. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. Not the bullet hole. The 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where is it coming from? Could it be?
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
Still a weird ass outfit he's wearing. I want to know what the hell it's about.
You're right!
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
Oh god.
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try!
That's why I would have grabbed that hatchet. Junpei and 7 grabbed hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip with it, with what little purchase they could find, and pulled with all of their strength. Because this is the same timeline where well, at least I believe, where at least Junpei went with Ace and Clover. Yeah, it is. Went with Ace and Clover to go get to that area. Because she's still alive.
Damn
Everyone
it.
is, actually.
Man, it won't even budge.
There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it.
Not another one.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
Yes.
I think so.
The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder.
Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out. And now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
I'll enter one. They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Yeah, it's on your bracelet.
Well, let's look for one.
Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews, and 7 investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing.
There's nothing here!
Not making this easy, are they?
The sound wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
The world blinked. Ah. Suddenly, there was a voice inside Junpei's head. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. And now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Wait, what?
What
What
the
the
fuck?
hell was that? That voice?
The hell? Junpei was utterly and completely baffled.
Huh? What?
What's up?
Seven and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't want to tell them.
Huh?
If he told them he had heard a voice, they'd laugh, or worse, think he was going insane. So all he said was...
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing at all. He cleared his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at his bracelet. There were a pair of small buttons protruding from either side of it. Junpei. He pressed the buttons. Left, right. Truth had gone, so right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left, right, left. That was it. Eight numbers blinked on and then off at on the display bracelet display. Junpei checked one last time. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
Man, I wish they'd made me like manually enter it because God, I fucking knew it. Come on.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh, nothing important,
gosh.
just the code.
Are those?
Yep.
Huh.
Junpei didn't answer. He simply walked straight to the coffin. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the numbers in his head so he wouldn't
1
forget.
4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
With trembling fingers, he punched them in. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. That was all of them. He punched the enter button. There was a moment of complete silence. Hot damn. Then there was the sound of the coffin lid unlatching. Someone sat up out of it. No way.
No way.
Hey, called it.
What?
Why are you?
Why are you alive?
Oh? Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you.
God damn it, Snake.
Snake!
You? Why?
Junpei? And Seven? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Just like Rip Van Winkle. What? But still, it was very much like Snake to simply cut to the heart of the matter and ask.
Oh.
Jeez.
Junpei and Seven shared a wry smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
You're back!
I never left. With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms.
Gently now.
Yeah, they still look nothing alike at all.
My body's still a little weak.
Ah, that's what tripped it up on A's. When he said, "Oh, they don't," like that kind of thing. That's what it was. Now I remember. Fuck, it only took like just that long for me to fucking remember what actually was off about that meeting. Thank God, someone probably pointed that out. Fuck off.
Oh, you're back!
Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she were about to begin hyperventilating.
You're back! You're really here!
Her voice was happy but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. Tear after tremendous tear rolled its way down her face. Her small arm strained as she clutched Snake's body as tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do.
You're back!
I know. Now fuck off.
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
You did.
Not as though you did. I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
When did I die?
You jerk! Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!
Stop sighing at me. Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. It was a touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time and in every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and Seven sat down on one of the pews waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired. Clover, we have about 2 minutes. Hurry the fuck up.
I see. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you.
You're welcome.
In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes.
Yeah.
Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
Yeah, can we get that explained at all? He had quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room.
Yes,
Do I have it straight?
basically.
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why.
Well, I mean, I gotta assume June is somehow related to Zero. Because why else would the bracelet Zero have a 6 represented of it? It's just odd. Well, not odd. It's like, clearly it has a reason for that. I mean, they didn't just pick a random number. If it was Ace, if it was 1, I would believe Ace did it. If it was 2, I would believe Snake was 0. So on and so forth. All of these different things.
The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
You don't
idea.
know?
No. Why would I?
That's fair.
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X.
Mr. X. Actually, it's Dr. X.
Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes.
Yeah.
That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me.
Hell not.
I only just now woke up.
Yeah, but how did you go to sleep in the first place?
I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
So strange.
When were you knocked out?
Yeah, how about you just tell me everything that happened right before then?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do
Yeah.
you remember?
We need some details here, Snake.
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Oh, no shit.
Then that means it was...
0.
Obviously.
Looks that way, huh?
How else would they have opened this door and gone down the elevator without the key?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
I bet that was unfortunate. Junpei crossed his arms and thought.
Why? Why did 0 make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes?
That dude has to have some relation to the games. Because the whole point of this game is like a revenge. And for the innocent lives taken. So that means that dude had to have been involved in the previous games. And it's sort of like... So it's twisted to make like the CEO kill someone else related to the company, probably. Or at least the games itself.
How would that benefit 0? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from?
No idea.
Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them?
Seven had asked him about it while they waited for Clover to finish crying. He had no answer for him then, and he still didn't.
All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously. I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
His mind was a maelstrom of mysteries, clues, theories, and more mysteries he could barely think.
Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
Exactly.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And
And what?
someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
Yeah, I wish she'd actually said it. That's not
Another
helpful.
experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago, and a girl had died during it.
Unless maybe it is. Again, it has to be related to June. Unless they're gonna pull that June is actually a daughter of Lotus. Because she said, like, oh, my daughters are about your age. And that June's getting revenge on the people that killed her sister. Because the twins were abducted. Her daughters were abducted. If I'm remembering correct, I don't think just one disappeared. I think both of them did. Maybe that's why? Who knows? All of these things.
Morphogenetic field theory. The 2 murders. Switching clothes. The nonary game.
And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. The maelstrom in his head spat out words and ideas that disappeared back into it almost as soon as he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together. All the point connecting the dots.
Zero. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship.
And shit.
Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. If he could only test it. Or perhaps...
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape.
Yeah.
Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
No shit.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Through the number 9 door?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Yeah, 9.
Oh yeah, you're right. With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
As they sniped back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with the 2 on.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Aw.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
Yeah, no shit. Time to get the fuck out of here. 7 stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. 7 quickly laid his hand on the red and asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon there were 4 asterisks on the screen. 7 glanced at them and then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Junpei paused for a moment.
Not yet.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, all right?
The fuck you
But if
talking
the door
about?
opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay?
What the fuck are you
Work with
doing?
me here.
Junpei looked directly into 7's eyes. The older man looked back for a moment, then nodded.
Fine.
The door opens. Another door. 7 pulled down the lever and the door 9 creaked open. And then they waited. 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, wonderful. Great idea, Junpei. After 9 seconds, the door closed.
All right, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
No shit.
So, we knew that already. It's obvious.
Duh.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, What happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
We won't be able to go through.
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
For a moment, Clover looked surprised, but she recovered quickly and stuck her tongue out at Junpei.
So you did know I had it.
Well, that was fucking blatantly obvious.
I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
I would too. She reached into one of her pockets of her voluminous jacket and produced a bracelet. Fuck. Junpei took it from her and turned to 7.
This was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters.
I see.
If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face.
Yes, I can see that. Fuck off, Junpei. Oh, he's telling 7 that. Thought he was telling Snake that.
Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap.
Good old Captain.
Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet.
That equals 9.
Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on?
No.
Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever.
However, nothing happened. The door didn't open. The reds displayed read error.
I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
That this tells us the identity of Zero?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No.
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a 3rd asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
7 waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared on the red.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
Of course, I'm damn right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's right.
Then what number is it?
6.
Let's find out.
Junpei, scan the bracelets with this combination. Give me a Snake, Junpei. Oh, 7. Junpei.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap.
Because this was my plan of getting the hell out of here. That should equal 3.
If this combination opens the door, then Cap's bracelet is number 6.
There we go.
Hey, it opened! The door opened!
What? Why? What does that mean?
That this is a 6 bracelet. Both 7 and Clover seemed rather shaken. As they turned to look at Junpei for answers, the door closed. The door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised an eyebrow.
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
Yep.
But doesn't it say 0?
Yes, that's the obvious part. 6 is 0. That's the... I think that's blatantly obvious here. I mean, it's just screaming it.
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter O.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm not gonna... Yeah, no. Nah, I didn't.
Oh.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it.
I don't think that's what it means at all.
I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
Before Junpei could answer, Snake spoke up.
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with.
Really?
Her bracelet was flipped.
9?
In other words, June's real number is
9.
9.
Oh, is it? Oh, God. I don't want to go back through all of the doors she's ever gone through and done it. Substitute a 9 in there.
That seems the most likely.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Why would you say that?
No, they work.
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up.
Would they, though? Clover grabbed Junpei's notebook and began to write furiously on it.
Here, look.
Junpei leaned over to look
List
at
of
it.
all the numbered doors June's gone through.
Thank you.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake? And that's everything.
Yeah, 6, 3, 5, and 8. Yeah, they did go through door 4. Because I remember going through that door. Though what's odd is her always going with Santa. Every single one of these combinations is all with Santa. And Lotus. That's weird. Very, very weird.
I wrote down which door she went into and with whom.
I don't know why it's always Santa and Lotus. That's like the constant.
And I wrote what all the numbers were.
But even in like not this timeline and all the other doors, she always goes with Santa. Or at least more times than not.
So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work.
That's true.
If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4.
Mm-hmm.
If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3 and 8. Both.
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, her and Lotus. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind.
That's true.
Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing?
He's not a 3, is he?
The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 and Lotus. Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3.
Let me guess, that's also a 9?
Santa's real number, 7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 7 took the pen from a confused Clover and began to adjust her calculations. What, is he going to say that he's really a 1?
This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
Oh, that he's really a 0. He read out the changes he'd made when he finished the look, and he looked at Snake. Snake smiled.
Thank you. That is exactly right, 7. Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
No way. Santa is 0?
I want to say, fuck, now I'm going to have to say both of them are. Because there's no way that they can't just know it automatically. They're working together. There's no other reason for the 0 bracelet to reflect June's number, a 6. And there's also no reason for her to really be a 9 or Santa to be a 0 if these calculations are true.
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3.
I don't know how he gets 0 and not 3 from 3, but whatever.
Plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
There you go.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the nonary game this whole time.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
Both. It would have to be him and June.
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not.
Because you can't have her 9 switched over without her even thinking about it.
But I think it is safe to conclude that he is 0. If my hypothesis is correct.
I'm gonna throw both of them under the bus here. Clover bit her lip. She seemed to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Because then you also have the issue of why is there 2 number 9 bracelets? And then it's like, oh my god. There's a doubled up number everywhere. Junpei? Junpei remained silent in thought.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets.
Exactly.
And if that's the case,
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
Let me guess, the number 9's man bracelet wasn't really 9? Door 9 opened. They leapt through.
Oh, it's right there.
The dead was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Quickly, they scanned their bracelets. And the detonator stopped.
Oh,
After pausing for a moment to catch their collective breath, Junpei and his companions headed down the long hallway in front of them.
all right. Let's keep going.
At the end was a set of stairs leading down into the ship.
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
They leaned out and looked over the side.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
After deciding it was safe, they headed down the stairs. Before long, Junpei and his companions found themselves on the bottom deck. They turned left into another hallway, at the end of which they found another door.
Hey, it's a...
What keys are we missing? Neptune? Well, Triton, so it looks like a Triton, so I'm gonna say Neptune. And we haven't gone up Pluto either. It looked like the sort of harpoon one used to hunt fish, with the kind with 3 prongs. Snake traced the shape of it with his fingers. I'm going to say Neptune.
This is the Neptune symbol.
There you go.
There must be a key around here somewhere.
Thank God.
Neptune key.
Neptune key, Neptune key. I got nothing.
I only have the Uranus key card.
Clearly, it wasn't going to open this door.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
No shit. Thank you, Clover.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
After examining the door for a few more minutes, they gave up and headed back the way they came.
Hey, another door.
With a little more searching, they found a metal door.
And a card reader this time.
Hey, Uranus key. A symbol was engraved in the card
It's the
reader.
Uranus symbol.
This is the place.
He muttered to himself and slid the card through the reader. It beeped once and the light on it turned green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Library. Junpei, Clover, and Snake looked at one another, nodded, and stepped through. Which means I have to do another goddamn puzzle. The room they found themselves in was full of books.
Wow!
God, no.
It's totally full of books!
Yeah, I would have thought a library would be full of books.
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
Third shelf, 7th book. That's the one with the key in it. It looked remarkably like a library. Not the sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books, more the sort of a library that was simply a place to store books. He felt a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best to speak with authority. It would have a very musty smell to it.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key.
Yep.
I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Yay. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind.